Hey everyone, it's Minasuma here. Today is 30th of March 2025, and I'm going to provide my vision and analysis of the market of the past week. This week we've got big drop downs on the technological sector, especially on Friday, where majority of the companies has been trading negatively. We also have been affected on the financial sector, and industrials and communication services, basic materials as well. Usually healthcare and utilities tend to do quite well. Then we can look into the performance specifically this week, where the biggest losers has been the communication services and technology, and the biggest winners has been the consumer defensive and energy sector. Sentiment of the market at the moment, the market is currently on extreme fear kind of level provided by the CNN. Overall, we tend to spend more time on greed than fear. This is the 5th consecutive week we are under the fear range. In this chart, we can observe the performance between different indexes. So at the bottom, we've got the Nasdaq, SP 500, Dow Jones, and Eurostock 50. The yellow dot means neutral performance. It's the beginning of the year. So clearly the American indexes are trading negatively, and the Eurostock 50 is around the 7% area. The most negative one this year on the American sector has been the Nasdaq, which is trading at the moment at minus 9.95%. I would like to show a couple of systems. One is the SP 500 and the other one is operated on the Nasdaq. Both are two different systems, both are two different strategies, but I would like to break up those two to showcase what essentially you have to do, which is to have an actual system with specific rules of entries and exits. People will tell you through the whole internet that you need to do X, you need to do Y, you need to listen to this, you need to buy this, you need to sell. That's completely bullshit and crap. You need to focus on the most important thing, which is having a system you rely on, you trust, and then you develop across the time. If you don't have a system, you don't have anything, and price will dictate the direction of the market at all times. So once you have the system, once you know what market you're trading, once you know your symbols, once you have an actual edge that positively tells you when to buy and when to sell, then you can successfully win in the long run. To take advantage of the market correction, we are using two different systems on the SP 500 and then on the Nasdaq. You cannot trade directly the indexes. Instead, you can do it through ETF or you can do it on the futures. The direction of the market obviously is going downwards, so you open an actual short. Here we can observe how the SP 500 short was open on February 18 and executed the trade on the 13th of March. So during 18 sessions or 18 trading sessions, and the total profit was 9.92%. The Nasdaq currently have a short open that was open on the 6th of November 2024 and currently is winning at 6.96%. Now we're going to look into the correlation of the SP 500 against the VIX or the volatility. As the market falls, the volatility goes up. If we zoom out, we can observe how a beautiful area around the 12 make the market slowly trending up with the natural corrections. And then as soon as volatility spike, big hits or big drawdowns happen. Currently, we are on the 21 area. It's an area where volatility is high. I'm not comfortable within those areas overall, simply because it means that we are not on the point of long-term entries. I need to see things clear, and with this kind of volatility levels, situation is just simply not in our favor. I would like to start with the analyzing the indexes. Now we're going to look into the Dow Jones Industrial Average. Same as last week, we've got a double top activated with an objective around the same previous support in the 38,499. This week we have a news or an actual update where the 200 moving average acted as a resistance, as you can see here, and the price bounced back. It's very important to make sure that we don't lose the 13th of March, and I'm gonna share you now why. So if you create a Fibonacci retracement connecting the top of the movement towards the bottom of the movement. We can see how the price naturally bounced it back around the 50% area. It didn't touch it, but it was close, around the 48,899. If we lose the 13th of March of 2025, so the previous basically 13th of March, then a second Fibonacci retracement movement will be activated in a bearish structure, meaning that we will be potentially, this is not happening yet, but if this happens, if we lose the 13th of March, then we'll have an option, an actual probability to be heading towards the 38,500 area, which is in line to the double top projection and also the previous support level. We don't know what's going to happen, but it's very important that you have a system, you have a plan that tells you when to exit, when to buy, when to exit, what to do at each point. And do not obviously take any comments, any advice, anything from people within the internet. You need to do your due diligence, you need to do your own homework, you need to do your own work. Now let's gonna look into the Russell 2000. We have a support area on the 1984 area, and the current prices are trending in a downtrend channel. The 200 moving average is trading as a resistance, and the price is very far from the resistance. So I don't discard at some point once we are bouncing potentially, probably slightly lower levels, a beautiful pullback, but nothing at the moment to see here. Then if we look into the SP 500, so we have already activated and almost, it hasn't completed yet, a bearish objective towards the, I want to be very precise, so around the 5,475 area. Same case as the Dow Jones, the 200 moving average acted as a resistance this week, as we can see here, and now the price is bouncing back. Very important that we don't lose the previous minimum on the 13th of March. Otherwise, we will have activated another Fibonacci retracement. So that could be one wave, and then the price went to visit the first resistance level, which is the 38.2 area. And if we lose it, then potentially we will be looking at the 5,150, which is in line to the previous support area, as you can see here, right? What's going to happen? Well, we don't know. All we know is that we need to be synchronized with the markets. Very important to not lose the previous minimums. Otherwise, the situation could be worsening or could be more ugly. But we need to wait basically until a clear direction is taken. At the moment, the bears are being dominating the market, and all we have to do is just patiently, take the direction of what the bears are taking. If not, just simply wait. Then Nasdaq, similarly as previous ones, 200 moving average now acting clearly as a resistance. The pricing are correcting. We've got actually a support area around the 1,152. If the prices keep going lower, we can actually activate, or potentially a divergence could be start forming slowly, but we haven't reached that point yet. Now looking into the actual stocks, I don't have much to comment this week from my opinion, but we're gonna comment few things. The first one is that Apple doesn't have much to say from past week. It's trading below the 200 moving average, exactly the same as Amazon, which is now the 200 moving average acting as an actual resistance, as you can see here. If we move into Google, Google is potentially one of the worst performing of the 7 magnificent ones. You can see that it's continuously doing lower lows. Then we've got Meta, which is in an interesting position. So Meta is currently making an actual triangle, and if it loses the 574, then a triangle could be activated around the 414 area. But this objective has not been activated yet, only if it loses at close the previous minimum, which was 574. Next one, so Microsoft. Microsoft has been in consolidation for almost a year. You can see here from 2024 how the price has been continuously bouncing on an actual range and is now aiming, or is basically trying to lose the previous minimum, which was in the 360 26.91. If we lose that, well, that's not going to look good. The main reason is because this is a massive objective, which will lead the price into a lower area around the 300 area, as we can see here. And that will be a potential another wave, obviously, with lower or another consecutive lower lows and lower, obviously, highs. But we need to observe what basically Microsoft is going to be doing this week. If it's able to rescue this area, or if not, then, well, things are not going to look good for that particular stock. Then looking into Nvidia, we have another consolidation period, obviously smaller than Microsoft. It broke through the bottom bar, or it basically broke it with an objective to 104. And yeah, the prices are basically trending below the 200 moving average. The last one is Tesla. So Tesla had a beautiful bounce this week. It started basically with an actual very small triangle that broke on the 21st of March. It reached basically the objective, and since then we have a correction. The 200 moving average is trending lower, and at the moment there is nothing clear here. It's just only if you haven't basically, if you are not onto the actual stock, well, it's an actual process of waiting. If you are actually into the stock, then you need to know exactly when to exit. Right, moving now into crypto. So we have Bitcoin that activated a double top with objective to 69,900 area. And currently the prices are below the 200 moving average, and nothing here to comment this week. Then we've got the Ethereum, which activated a massive double top, and the prices broke, then went to actually retest the previous minimum, which was around the 2100 area. And since then, the price has been correcting. So nothing to do here. It has a massive bearish structure for Ethereum specifically, and we'll need to wait. It's very important that we don't lose the area of the 1760. Otherwise, the situation on Ethereum could look very, very badly, because the next support level will be around the 5,539 area. Cool, that's it for this week, and I hope you like, you subscribe, and I see you until next weekend. Bye bye.